Con Elaine Bannon.
Well, Elaine, thank you very much for having us here at the view of the 2015 Navigator. I will start. So you're in charge of the whole project, huh?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
So a very challenging project because this is a very important car for Lincoln as a brand, and there's also a lot of competition out there for this in this segment, right?
It is an iconic vehicle for Lincoln and a very recognized nameplate. And of course, we want to, take care of it, do right by it. So we're really excited about what we've done for the 15 model year Lincoln Navigator.
So what are the key changes for this new model compared to the outgoing?
We have updated the look of the vehicle. For instance, the front end, we brought it into the Lincoln family with the split wing grille, which is actually beautifully crafted. If you look at the grille, it's got a two-tone finish, and it flows into the lamps, which have a lot of LED accents in them, and it flows in. It's very well crafted as it sweeps around the corner. It's got a new hood, a fascia, the lower LED daylight running lamp. So the front end is really brought into the Lincoln family, as is the rear end of the vehicle with its LED applique, LED rear tail lamps, lift gate, and it's actually got over 200 LEDs on the exterior lighting of the vehicle alone. It has a new wheel lineup. We actually have 20-inch standard now and 22-inch optional wheels. What's really exciting are the powertrain upgrades. We've got the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 married to a 6R transmission, automatic transmission, and it's delivering 380 horsepower and 460 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah, and that's replacing the V8, right?
Yes, it is.
So now it's only the V6?
That's correct.
And we just drove it for quite a while here around in Kentucky, and I have to say it's like more than enough power. I mean, you really feel like it delivers enough power to move. It's a big vehicle, but it really moves really well.
Well, what's exciting about it is, talking about where do you get that power, and if you look at the torque curve that's delivered by the EcoBoost, its peak torque is around 2,250 RPM. And really what that means to the customer is that about 80% of your driving experience is in that torque range. And so when you tip in the pedal, you're not tipping in too far, and you really feel that power on demand. And that's what's so neat about the vehicle, along with the continuously controlled dampening suspension, which you can change the modes. And you can really get a ride experience that suits your taste, along with the quietness actions, the 100 actions that we put into the vehicle from the outgoing product, the hydro mounts that isolate the body to the frame in the front of the vehicle, the independent rear suspension, which is providing the smooth ride, and then the great seating capacity. All of those things really build to make this a great Navigator.
Yeah, and going back a little bit to the design, because I meant to ask you about the LED lights, and that helps designing-wise a lot, because, let's be honest, it's like a big car on wheels, so that helps a lot to create a different image for the car, right?
Well, we think of our headlamps with the LEDs like a jewelry element, a sparkling jewelry element. And whatever it took to really deliver that elegant look for the vehicle, our designers were very keen on delivering. I think they did a great job with it.
Yeah, and also there are like some packages that accentuate the design elements of the car, right?
The package elements, the spaciousness of the interior. So is that what you're referring to?
No, like for example the package for the piano lacquer looks in the back of the car.
Oh, so we have on the reserve package we have the lower cladding is tuxedo black all the way around the vehicle, so you get that accented lower cladding when you order the reserve package on the Lincoln.
Yeah. And we drove during the day, so we didn't get to see one of you. I think it's one of your favorites.
The Lincoln Welcome Mat,
right? Yeah.
Well, what I love is the fact that you walk up, you unlock the vehicle with your PEPS fob, and you see the Lincoln Welcome Mat, which is lit up right in front of the driver's door. It has the Lincoln icon. But what's wonderful about it, for me, and I had talked about it earlier, not only does it look great as welcoming, but it also, as a woman, as I'm walking up to the vehicle, I feel like I can see the ground and I can see, and it really, I love that about it.
Yeah, little details that make a big difference,
A big difference, yes.
Yeah. And now let's go back to the engine part of it, because I think it's very important. Because in this segment, obviously, people buy these kind of cars for utility, for like big families and things, but they're also looking for like good mileage. So the new engine delivers that, right?
Yeah, it's got best-in-class fuel economy on the 4x2 short wheelbase. We deliver 60 mile per gallon in the city, 22 mile per gallon on the highway, with a combined 18 mile per gallon.
Yeah. And the reason that we're in Kentucky is because
We are
make it
built
here.
in. We are built in Kentucky Truck, proudly built in Kentucky Truck Plant.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so this vehicle is already being made, and when
Yes.
it's going to be on
Early
on
October.
dealerships?
Yeah.
In
So
October?
very shortly.
Excellent. And so the other key factors.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I hear about like 200 new things that changed from the past vehicle.
There's 21 new technologies and features. When I mentioned the 200, that was for the total
the
amount of
LEDs,
LEDs.
okay.
Yeah. And really, when you think about it this way: we're delivering an amazing power and performance with beauty and capability. And when you think about the other things, the best-in-class third-row legroom, the best-in-class cargo area, the best-in-class towing, the best-in-class fuel economy, that's all wrapped up in this great driving, handling, quietness experience with beautiful looks. I'm really excited about having our customers
really good
experience it.
job. So talk about a little bit the difference between the regular wheelbase and the long wheelbase.
So the distinction between the two, the regular is 119 inches and the long is at 131. So it's a fairly significant difference between the regular and the extended length.
And that helps obviously for the passengers in the back seats.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
if you're going to load up the vehicle with full passengers and have that you fully use the third row seat, then you have a great opportunity for storage behind the third row seat for any luggage you might have.
Yeah. And speaking of the third row seats, I mean, those you have like the flat surface when you fold them
Fold
down.
down.
That's
Well,
key, right?
What it is the independent rear suspension. When we designed it, we made sure that we actually put the half shaft through a porthole in the frame. What that allowed us to do by doing that is to provide more spaciousness inside of the cabin to be able to fold the load floor flat, the third row seat flat, and when it's up, provide adult-like accommodations. So your knees are not in your chin or your chest when you're sitting there. You're sitting in a very, very comfortable position.
Comfortable. And you do all that just with push at the bottom. That's
Yes.
amazing. And also the
Very
gate
exciting.
and everything, so it's like
Yeah.
luxury all over the place, right?
Absolutely. It's a beautiful luxury vehicle.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and we really enjoyed here, and now we're going to enjoy this beautiful place, too.
Yeah.
It's like a museum, hotel, and a very
Beautiful.
cool place for this presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Este programa fue una producción de National Latino Broadcasting.